All right, I'm very excited to bring on our next three guests from the Battleford North Stars in the SJHL. We have Adam Konowalchuck, Kaeden Serpa, and Kobe Sawyer. Boys, how's it going?
Not too bad. We're good. We're good.
Feeling good after that win last night, or what? Was it last night?
Yeah, it was last night. Last night in Yorkton, we were down. We were tied 1-1 in the second. Serps was playing too. Serps had a sick game, but we
played unreal.
Yeah, we were. It was a tied game. I mean, it's a tight game, right? It's game 5. We tied 2-2 in the series, so it's a crucial game too. And we just we just had a good game and scored. Made it 2-1. They tied it back up. Then we got one late in the third and hold on to the lead. And
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt. Here
Get
about
the job done.
Going to 6 back at home, so that's tomorrow. Quick turnaround, but I think we'll get her done.
Yeah.
Awesome, boys.
Is the travel pretty tough in that league right now, or what?
I mean, our first round, we didn't really get to experience like the play a game, 1 day off, play a game because we won in 5. But this round it's going to 6, so it's the travel is worse when the games go past game 5 because then you go back to them and then back if there's a game 7. But last round was pretty light because we just had 2 games here, 2 games in Melfort, back at home, close her out. But then we had to take 2 trips to Yorkton this series.
Yeah, and also like it's harder with the teams like the Yorktons because we're more western in Saskatchewan and they're way east, right? They're all borderline
Manitoba.
Yeah, borderline of Manitoba. It's like kind of close to like Flin Flon-ish, right? If you're going up there, the travel's gonna be brutal. And
Estevan and Flin Flon was a 10-hour
trip. That was another series
round matchup.
It was brutal. I mean,
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Flin Flon shut that one down in 4, so.
Yeah, they got to weather the storm a bit with that. But yeah, no, like throughout the season too, like I wouldn't say the travel's too bad. They schedule it pretty good, whereas you're not, doing crazy long bus rides and stuff like that. Like
there's one stint we were on the road for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we were on the road back to back.
We couldn't use our rink because the rodeo.
No way.
Rodeo.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, we were driving to.
We were practicing at the 8.
We brought our bags.
Yeah.
Our gear.
The Don Ross. Yeah, the Don Ross. We had to get dressed in our room and then drive our trucks over to another rink and cross the bridge.
And our gear, like we're driving in our cars. 10 minutes till practice starts. Got our full gear on, just driving, skates in the back, sticks, helmets.
That was
Dude, how does it work as a goalie?
Oh, I would just bring my full bag. I have to get there like 30 minutes early and then pack it all up after, bring it back here. It kind of sucked.
You strap
it
out.
You have the voice sections there
too. In the back, maybe.
Oh, I know. We were thinking about that like near the end, but then I was like, you know what? I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
That's some Saskatchewan stuff right there. I've never seen that before where the rink gets shut down for a rodeo, but
yeah, no kidding.
That's awesome. So I guess we can go back, fellas. So like kind of the story of each of you guys, how you all ended up in Battlefords, playing against each other, playing at the same level. Like if you guys just want to go one by one, I don't know. Give us your stories and kind of how you ended up in Battleford and how you're enjoying it this year.
Serps, you want to go?
Yeah. So
20 bomb?
I started my junior career in the KI for Golden. I'm not sure if me and you played against each other, Joe.
Were you 18?
Yeah, it was my rookie year. I came to Revy once on New Year's and for that game.
I played against you. Did we beat you 1-0 or something?
I think it was tight, but you guys had like 60 shots and it was an insane atmosphere.
Yeah.
But
Golden, we and New Year's, dude, we want to win that because we don't win on New Year's, we're not allowed to go out. Like we dialed in on that one for sure.
Yeah, no, I remember that game. We went out there and it was in warm-ups. The whole rink was filled. We were getting booed, and I was like, it was insane. It was the biggest crowd I've ever seen.
Welcome to junior hockey. Yeah, that's
literally.
That's a good one. But
so then I played that year. Had a decent year. I mean, our team was probably, as you remember, not the best, but I saw a lot of pucks and played a lot of games, so that was good. Mm. And then the next year I went to the VI actually from the KI because I thought being in the VI, being close to those BCHL teams, maybe it was a good chance that I get called up or play in the BC the year after. But that year went really good as well. I mean,
we went high for a bit there.
Yeah. And we went to game 7 that year in the finals, lost in overtime, unfortunately.
Who were you with again? Sorry.
Campbell River Storm.
Canberra.
Right. Oh man, that was a
Yeah.
crazy series against.
Oh yeah, it was.
I
insane.
remember watching that live actually too, man.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, it was a good year though. I mean, I feel like if you're in junior B, like a lot of the kids that are, it's just if you can be the best where you are, then that's all you can do. And that's what I felt like playing in those leagues. And then my coach actually coached in the VI that year for Victoria. So then in the off season, I talked to him. He was coming here, and then he gave me a shot to come out here, and then it's been great this year. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Well, all right, great. Who wants to go next here?
You want me to go, Sobis?
I'll go. I played my like first year junior, my 16 bomb for the Cougars, Victoria Cougars. And I was the only 16-year-old on the team that year. And we were away again. I mean, like we were like something crazy, like 20, 23 and 3
Was
at
that
home or something like that.
Independent hockey, or was it still?
No, it was
sanctioned?
still before. I'm 19 right now. I'm an 06, so I think it was that 2 years before it went independent?
Yeah. No, maybe
Yeah,
one
sounds right.
or 2
I
years.
was
No,
gonna
2
say
years.
it's around the time they left and went to the BCHL format.
Yeah,
thing,
we
and
still had cages and everything, and it was still like in Hockey Canada. So it was definitely like a different type of league than I think it is now. It was just like a lot. Like if you got hit from behind or something, and you couldn't drop the gloves. Like it was like just a grindier cage league, and it was a wake up call for me. Like I don't know if I was honestly ready to make the step to the VI when I was 16. I was probably 155 pounds, but no, I had a great year of development, and then honestly, probably one of my funnest years of hockey I've ever played. Just being around O2s, and I was an 06, and they were telling me just like pretty much the map of junior hockey, and I got a lot of wisdom from those older guys, Keith and Roworth and Kieran Strange and all those boys, and just a bunch of beauties over there. And then actually funny story, we had a player come from the MJ, Brennan Kerr. I don't know if you know him. He came from the MJ.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I played with him at Notre Dame. My
Okay,
3 games
crazy.
in the
All
SJ
right.
when I was 18 years old. Yes, I
Yeah.
remember Brennan Kerr. That's
Yeah,
so
it's
fun.
awesome. Yeah. So he came to the Cougars right before our playoff push because he's from Victoria.
Mhm.
And I think it was his 20-year-old season that year. Yeah, it was. And then we were in practice, and he was like, I'm coaching South Island Major Midget next year with my dad. And then he's like, you should come. He's like, we're going to play the crap out of you. And I was thinking about it. And I was like, I also wanted to come back to the Cougs because I love the organization. And then I thought about it for a while, and I was like, I think it is my best kind of like mindset. I should go back to U18 to try and make like the CJHL. And so I went back, and I had a good year, but we only won like 3 games. So, but it was a pretty.
The island programs don't have the best rep for sure.
It's tough for those
like,
teams, man.
Well, the year before there actually wasn't even like South Island Major Midget.
Right.
It was just
yeah.
17, and then it went to they switched the name to like Vancouver Island Royals, and they merged with North Island.
Right.
And I think we only had like one North Island kid, and then he left in like the first 2 weeks of the season. So it was basically just a South Island team. And yeah, we didn't do that great, but we had a couple guys move on to junior, and that's ultimately when I signed to the Battleford North Stars out of that season. And yeah, it's been great so far. But funny story, actually, the year I would have played the Cougars, my 3rd year midget, was Connor Logan, and he's coaching here now. So even if I did stay, it probably still would have worked out, and I still would have came out here. But
that's funny.
It was pretty funny.
All roads lead to Battleford for this guy. Eh?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
All roads lead to the gritty SJ, boys.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, now I'll take it away here. I mean, I started playing in the PIJ my 16-year-old year. That was where it all started. I was lucky enough to make it as a 16-year-old. Me and Brandon Osborne were the 2 16-year-olds that year, and we both had I had a pretty bit of a shaky first year. I was getting scratched quite a bit, and I don't know, it was hard for me because I never experienced something like that before. So it was a lot of adversities that season. And we had the coach who's still there now, Brent Hughes. He's no soft cookie. Yeah, it's a tough
guy. No kidding.
I mean, yeah, you look at his hockey resume too, and also, I mean, who he got coached by, like Punch McLean. the winningest, most, one of the grittiest coaches ever in junior hockey, right? And so, yeah, I mean, it was good for me. Like I liked it a lot. I like playing with the older guys. Like, Kobe said, it was good just to get that feel for, junior hockey in the future. You'd be just playing with bigger, stronger guys. And, like he did say too, his 20-year-olds were beauties. I love my 20-year-olds. Jordan Kuchaslo, I know you know those boys, Owen. But
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like Kuch, Duffer, some of those guys were.
Yeah.
Well, Duffer only played 10 games. He had 1 point.
Yeah, he dipped,
He's like, screw it, I'm not playing anymore. I'm packing it in. He's, and I don't know what he's up to now, but yeah, no, those guys were great. They helped me a lot. And then obviously we had a good run that year, and now Flames are in a wagon. They've been since. Like, it's funny. I got a couple buddies who play there now, but they're like, yeah, you should come back, play your 20 year. And I'm like, man, with my luck, we'll go to game 7 and lose in overtime like we did my first year too. So yeah, but yeah, no, I played on the Flames that year, and during towards the tail end of that season, I started practicing with the Coquitlam Express, and I mean, if you do see, like, they went independent that year, the BCHL, so I had no possibility of practicing or APing with that team, and that's why I made the choice to go play in the JPHL, which I got a lot of scrutiny for that from, obviously the Flames were not happy with that whatsoever. Like, I didn't really give them much notice. I just kind of said, like, yeah, I'm going here to pursue, an opportunity, and they weren't very happy with that. And some of my boys like to crack jokes at it every now and then because, the J show, yeah. But no, for me, that was kind of the only way I could crack the BCHL, and it kind of worked out for me a little bit. But yeah, so I played my second year midget, my 17-year-old year in the JPHL. I had a great year. I got kind of what I wanted out of that season. I got signed to the Express about halfway through the year, and then it was just, and I got to practice with them. I played some games that year too with them, so it was kind of good for that, the APing part. And I kind of wish the VI was independent at that time because that would have been a great place.
Yeah, for sure.
When you were 16?
Yeah, no, 17. My 17-year-old year.
Oh yeah.
Like, instead of playing in the JPHL with the U18 age group, I would have been able to play with the junior age group.
Yeah.
Bit more development, but that was the only path that I kind of thought that I had. So took that, and then I started my 18-year-old year, third year junior out with the Express. Started off pretty good. At first game, I had a great game up at Prince George. Actually, that was my start. Crazy road trips there. Like, those were brutal road trips, but
I bet.
Yeah, the 10-hour bus rides, and then you're on to it. Luckily we'd go up the day before, so we'd have a night to kind of relax. But yeah, that was my first game. I remember it vividly. One of our guys, I didn't play the first game of the two. Like, it was a 2-game back-to-back homestand for Prince George, and I remember one of our boys got blown up, and one of the 20-year-olds comes up to me. He's like, "Yeah, you got to go fight this guy." So I'm tightening. I'm 18. This kid's a 6'4" D1 commit, and my line, or one of my good buddies now, but he was a 20-year-old last year. He's like, "Yeah, like, you gotta go shed him." So I tightened my my chin strap on my helmet. I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go." Go up to the guy. I'm like, "Hey," you want to go? Like, I'm obviously a little nervous. The guy, he looks at me. He's like, "No, it's a waste of my time." Basically, biggest insult. Biggest insult.
Lucky.
Yeah, that was my first like actual game too. So that was a bit of a wake up call for me. I was like, okay, yeah, I see there's levels to this. Like, I got to work hard to, kind of get to that point. And yeah, so then that game, I had a pretty good start. Second game, I scored a goal, and then went downhill from there. No points about the rest of the season. And just couple Instagram posts.
You look good in the jersey. You look good in the jersey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so then I think it was about February. So the BCHL trade deadline came, and I still, I still have my problems with how kind of it went and with that. But I got cut about an hour before the trade deadline, so I didn't really have anywhere to go. It was brutal. It was very brutal. So like the null trade deadline passed, the CJ trade deadline passed January 10th was a month. So I was kind of in a pickle. I didn't really know where to go. But luckily I do have a friend who he's the owner of Kerry Park, and he was like, "Hey, like, if you need a spot to go, you can come play in Kerry Park." And obviously you guys know Kerry Park that year was an absolute wagon. Like, they were the best regular season team in a long time. And I was like, oh, like, this could be sick. I could go play there. I only got 5 regular season games in, but then I got to play in the playoffs with them. And I was like, oh, maybe we'll be able to go for a run. Obviously that run came short with Peninsula, but that team faced a lot of adversities too, though, with their coach, Phil Downey, passing away that year.
Man, absolutely.
Like, it was crazy for me. Like, I got there, played a game, and it's a weird story. Like, when I got there, they didn't have any gloves. like they didn't have any pairs of gloves left. So Phil gave me his gloves. He's like, yeah, like, you can use the gloves. You can use my gloves for the rest of the season or whatever. So I took them, not knowing anything of, not thinking anything of it.
Yeah.
And then two games later, we got a call, and it was terrible because his son was around the team and stuff like that. It was really, really hard for the boys, and obviously I feel for the guys that knew him a lot longer than I did, but kind of hit everybody. And we played. It's kind of weird. Like we got a call that night or that day that he was in the hospital, and then we found out later that day, right before our final regular season game against the Cougars, actually, that he passed away. And our GM came in the room and said, like, listen, boys, like, you guys don't have to play if you don't want to. But all the boys, they made the decision, like, we're gonna play this game. We're gonna play it for him. And we ended up we had a great game that game. We beat the Cougars, and then we ended up playing the Cougars in the first round. And yeah, we went to 6 with them, lost the first 2, and we thought, we were like, oh shit, we're kind of pretty nervous. But then we pulled it out, got the 4 games done, and I think
against Lowell.
that was against funny. That was against our coach now too. So it's crazy, like the connections. But yeah, we played against them. I had a great series that series because I was playing with Carson Brown and I think Raiden Parks. Like those boys were great players in the VI and the PJ for Parksy when he was there. Like they were Browner 100 points, Parksy a point per game in the pitch, and then came over for the last little tail end there. But yeah, we had a really good first series, and we went into Peninsula. We knew it'd be a hard series. We didn't realize it would be over as quick as it was, but yeah, the sweep wasn't too nice. And Peninsula was very good. They were such a structured team. Like how they played, they kind of played like some of the teams that we play out here, like Melford.
Yeah, I feel like Peninsula's always bought in.
Yeah, they were bought in their structure play. And yeah, so like they took care of us. And then I went into the off season thinking, like, where am I going to go? I don't really have an idea where I'm going to go. And then I was lucky enough to get reached out to Connor kind of reached out to me and was like, hey, like, what do you think of coming out to Battleford? And I really had to think about it because I was, kind of contemplating, do I go and try to make a VIJHL team again out of camp? Because I did have a couple, invites, and I just wasn't sure if I really wanted to go through that process again of, being like a 4th line scratch, whereas I could come out here and kind of prove myself a bit and get a bit on my hockey resume. And I ended up coming out here and made the choice, and it's worked out great for me. Like Connor's given me a lot of opportunities, been really good for my junior career. Yeah, and I mean, as you probably saw, you got the coach of the year this year in our league. So
first year coach, and you got coach.
That's unreal.
Very good.
Yeah. We were supposed to be like almost a rebuild year type of year for us this year. Like we only had 4 or 5 20-year-olds.
Yeah, we only have 5 20-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
We got our one D-man.
We have a bunch of 18-year-olds, bunch of 07s.
So like it's looking like
a lot different than last year. Like last year, our camp was insane. Like I made it like out of camp. It was insane. There was probably 8 like CS or like major midget point per game guys that got like released or went to the SI.
Wow.
Compared to this year. And I would like honestly just there'd be like one spot if the whole team was healthy. There'd be one spot on the 4th line right wing for an 06 forward to like rotate in. But this year we have probably like how many 07s are in our line?
This year we have a ton of 07s.
5 and 6.
Yeah, and then we have a ton of 06s as well. So this is the type of team that you want to come back to because you're like, oh, like this is the team that might go all the way next year and even further might do well in the Centennial Cup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially of course. The experience the young guys are getting now, I feel like it's so valuable. Like playing deep into the second round, like maybe onto the finals. I think the guys like seeing that and coming back next year for the guys that do will be unexpected.
Like most of our rookie forwards have over 25 points this year.
Yeah. We have like
never seen that.
Jeez.
Yeah, well, if you look at our like roster this season, you'll probably there's 11 guys who had over 30 points.
Yeah,
like it's
a lot of
it's nuts
spread out scoring on our team.
Yeah,
but then our 2 like 20-year-old forwards are still leading the way. Like it's still like
still it's not like they only had 32. They were over a point per game like the top guys, and so we're happy. We're excited to see what the future holds for this team and whatnot. But
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I mean. We obviously
that's great.
We've had kind of perspectives from both sides, but you guys have actually lived it. So playing the non-sanctioned hockey versus coming over to play in the actual junior. I'll say this: actual junior A hockey. right?
Yeah.
Like, like the SJ is a legit league, obviously tons of history there, with the prospects of going to the Cent Cup. Like, do you guys have any takes on how, like, the way that junior hockey's kind of unfolded in BC right now? Like, with the, me and Owen are obviously the guys that are reporting on it. We haven't had to go through any of it. You guys are living it right now. And, if you guys, obviously we don't have to include anything if you don't want it, but like some of your thoughts on kind of the way that things have gone, anything you've seen unfold in front of your eyes. Like, I know it's starting to become a little bit of almost a cash grab, but not a cash grab. It's like, it's pretty expensive for some people to play. Like,
You could say cash grab for sure.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
some.
I think you could.
Yeah.
100%. Some
All
routes
right.
more
Like,
too. Like, it's,
I don't know if I can say the price. You can't, right? Can you say the
What?
price of teams?
10 grand.
oh yeah, it's,
Yeah, when I played when I was 16, it was around $5,000, I think, for majority of the teams in the league. And then I went back to U18, and it was still sanctioned that year, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's I think that's the
And then
that's
the year after that was
just cranked up.
it cranked up like double, like 10K
Yeah,
once they went independent. Yeah,
that's I mean,
and like I feel like that 100%.
there's so many
Anyway,
different like pathways now too. Like, you got
It's a
the like
mess.
Also the KI what
yeah that's like
the WI.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that's
VIJHL.
called.
yeah.
So like, are they trying to kind of do the same thing that the VI did?
Yeah, it's
That's
the
what I'm
exact
trying to
same.
see.
Yeah, that's kind of organized by the BCHL. Same thing.
Like, I wonder how that's going to affect the VI, because like right now the VI was the only team allowing to AP with the BCHL,
Yeah.
and that's why it was like it was I think it was on an upward trajectory right there for a little bit, but now I don't know what's going to happen with that league, because
Oh, yeah.
now players can play
But,
there.
like, that's for like the
AP.
mainland, I feel like.
For the mainland teams, you think?
Yeah.
But like Peninsula's with Trail, I thought, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Peninsula's with Trail. Like, all the
Like-
teams have their BCHL affiliates.
What me and Owen were thinking was that these dub I teams will eventually affiliate, like, kind of how the VI teams were. But then, like, how does that work? Trail's fucking with Peninsula. Like, wouldn't Trail
Yeah,
want
Exactly.
want like
Yeah.
Castlegar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
closest, like that'd be perfect probably for them.
Yeah, and so like what's gonna happen is like Peninsula gonna get bought out by the Castlegars, whatever. Like, because they are, or I think that I think Peninsula has similar or same owners as Trail does. Like, that's what West Shore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I was
correct
gonna
me
say,
if
I'm
I'm
pretty
wrong,
sure
like,
they own
are
them.
the
Yeah.
teams that left the KI, are those like more the bottom teams or no?
Yeah.
Like, are
well,
they
they
not-
were
Yeah.
they were the ones who were as like the whole tier 1, tier 2 split that was going on.
Yeah.
All the teams,
Yeah.
all the KI teams that went independent were the ones who were going to be in the tier 2 side of the split.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay. So that makes
None
that
of the
makes a
tier
lot
1
of
teams
sense. Like,
left. Yeah,
yeah,
it does.
Because I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna try and make another sanctioned junior A league like in BC. Personally,
well, something that's more comparable to the AJ or the S.
like a league that can send teams to the Centennial Cup.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
a lot
that's
of the stuff
sounds
that
like
me and Owen have heard.
that's like the past 2 weeks we've been talking about that like crazy. So like I think that's pretty much official and happening next year. I'm even hearing the Centennial Cup's going to be hosted in BC next year,
really.
which that might be a bit more of a
like-
stretch, but I've heard
I
that
think that's
rumor
pretty-
floating around.
Pretty smart for them to do, because like guys like us, like we're from BC, but we had to come all the way out to Saskatchewan to play in the CJHL, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
maybe future generations, like I don't know, like 2010s, 2011s,
Well,
guys that can't really crack that BCHL because they're just getting kids from America with commits already and stuff like that. They're gonna probably just go to like the junior A league in BC still.
Well, yeah, I think that's what all the BC boys want. Like, that's what we want. We want something where we can, feel like we're not gonna, like you said, we're not gonna
You
get
guys-
like, and I experienced this, right? Like, if I have a bad game, see you later. You're gone, and we're bringing in a kid from the States who's been playing U.S. high school prep or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be taking your spot tomorrow. That's just how it works.
You
in
guys are
BC.
saying what me and Owen have been covering for the last
Like
month.
you were proving what we have been preaching for the past
Yeah.
month. We've like how there's no pathway for BC kids and it's forced them to the other provinces. And then it forces
Yeah.
like Saskatchewan kids out of Saskatchewan. And it's just like, yeah, I completely agree. We've been
Yeah.
saying, I think last episode, Joe, you said your ideal situation is that whatever the new BC league is basically a copy of the SJ. Like you said, that was your ideal situation.
Yeah, I
So-
want the BC. Apparently, it's going to be called the BCHC, which is the preliminary name, but it's kind of a dust name in my opinion. Like it kind of sounds pretty stupid.
It's rough.
But
BC.
exactly, yeah. So yeah, I want an SJAJ clone in BC, and then the BCHL can still exist. I just want like levels to it, you know, and
A pathway for BC kids.
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah, that'd be great.
I've been hearing a lot of weird stuff about the BCHL. Like I've heard the BCHL is expanding beyond Alberta.
I've heard
some
that
stuff.
quite a bit.
And at that point, like, what are we even doing calling it the BCHL? This is just another form of trying to make a major junior pathway. Like if you like a junior A league in BC would be called the BCHL. Now we got the Alberta. Why don't we just call it the Western Canada
Western
hockey
Canada unsanctioned league.
yeah, or something like that. Like just like at this point, it's borderline like the NCDC kind of like that's what it's kind of getting to.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Cal hockey is a lot different than the NCDC, but it's just there's a lot of weird things happening. Like I've been hearing, there's a lot of weird things, and also with the USHL and the CHL, you've been hearing about the mergers that might be happening.
Yeah.
And that would be, I think that'd be ideal. Like the USHL is very comparable to the CHL. It's obviously more kind of defensive league than the CHL is, like the OHL and WHL piece. But like, and you see those rosters, they're full of D1 commits. Obviously, all those kids are going to be playing in the NCAA at some point. Like, so those are very comparable leagues. And what's the BCHL comparable to now? Like,
Well,
I think
like if
kind of the Q, to be honest.
yeah, I could agree with that. I mean,
BCHL is comparable to Q.
yeah, like the Q's, the dub and the OHL obviously torn off.
I
at
think
the top.
I think the Q is still better than the BCHL.
Oh yeah. It is.
With that goalie, Victoria's goalie the other night had 79 saves or something crazy like that on the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
That was insane.
BCHL
is
the Q,
not
so
quite the Q.
I was thinking the Q is still, yeah.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
If the CHL doesn't merge with the USHL, I mean, I feel like the best route is to obviously go CHL to NCAA, and which would all be sanctioned like by Hockey Canada when you're on the come up in junior hockey because you're trying to make the WHL.
Yeah.
And even the AJHL right now, a lot of AJHL, you see that like players and goalies are going down to WHL. So if everyone wants to make the WHL or CHL in the future, I don't really know where the BCHL would stand in that.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that's always been the case, though. It's always been, there's a clear cut path to the WHL. Like if you try,
or you go BC to D1, but now
yes, I know, but now there's going to be a new clear cut path, which is go to the WHL if you can and play D1. But now it's just going to be how are those guys who can't quite crack the WHL going to sit? Like if they don't want to play in the CJHL because they think, they think they're too good for that, where are they going to play? They're going to try to go to the BC because they think the BC is better than the CJ, but it's not quite as good with the dub.
But I think the BCHL stayed in Hockey Canada, it would have worked out better for them long term because guys who got cut from the dub would just go to the BCHL, and guys playing in the BCHL would move up to the dub.
Yeah, and that's how it used to be. I remember when I was practicing with them when I was 16 years old. There was a kid who was going back and forth between the Spokane Chiefs, and he's playing on Spokane now, but that was like the pathway before. And we had another goalie who played in the WHL, Brady Smith. He's a local boy. He's from
I know Brady.
Coquitlam. Yeah. Like Brady, he played on Coquitlam his 17 year, and then he went to the dub for those 2 years in between. Then went back to the BCHL as a 20-year-old this year. But like that's what it used to be. That's what the BCHL used to be. And I think that's what they wanted to get rid of, though. That's what the BCHL didn't like. They wanted all their guys to stay there, and I don't know why.
Make it their own league. But then that really changed.
they view the WHL as competition, not like a stepping stone to work with. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
And the V's were the power wagon in the BCHL, and as soon as that rule change went through, they dipped to the dub.
Apparently the V's were the ones who wanted the independent thing. Like they were leading the whole thing, and then it gets happened, and then they dip.
Yeah, because their coach is like, he cares a lot, and he's a big part of like the Dickens culture, and I think he just wanted that push to leave Hockey Canada so he could get whoever he wanted, all these guys from the States, other underagers, 17 and 18-year-olds from Alberta, Saskatchewan, because before if you're under 18, get to stay in your province.
And that's what helped the BC.
And that's
boys.
what helped Penticton become so good that 1 year when they were independent.
Yeah.
But then as soon as that rule change went through, the V's went to the dub because their coach wants to have the best possible team.
Yeah.
And he knew that wasn't
100%.
possible. ECHL wasn't in Hockey Canada anymore,
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
of thing. Or like, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
no,
what
it's
I
good.
think,
I mean, we definitely wanted to get your guys' perspectives on it. I mean, all of you have played in the VI at some point. I mean, Kobe, I know yours was before it was independent, but still. So no, it was good to get, you know, your guys' perspectives on everything that's going on as guys who have, like Joe was saying, actually lived through it at all.
Yeah, we always joke with each other, like we wish we were either 5 years younger or 5 years older. So it would have been a bit more of a clear-cut path.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
exactly.
Well, hopefully they can
If you-
create a new clear-cut path again soon. That's kind of what I'm hoping
Yeah.
for, but it doesn't look
I think
promising
the
right
year,
now.
the birth year that got kind of screwed over the most was like the 05 birth
Yeah.
year. Because if you look at like even guys in the SJ,
Yeah.
04s that were like putting up 60, 70 points were committing Division 1. And now they're the 05s that are doing that are committing U Sports. But they're
Yeah.
ideally the same player.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, pipeline.
I mean, we weren't really talking about this, but I feel like going back to the like the pipeline, I think, like I'm from Ontario, so this is all kind of. I came to BC to the KI trying to make the BCHL because back then I feel like KI guys would go to the BCHL. My rookie year, I saw like a few guys do it the year before.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
for
then
sure.
all like the independent league happened with the VI, and then I went to the VI, and then I ended up coming here to finally make, I guess, like real junior A. But I think if there was like a better pipeline for a lot of kids to make leagues where they can play like real junior A hockey, I think you have to pay, like going back to pricing, like you have to pay so much to play in those unsanctioned leagues, and it's for a lot of kids that's just not doable. It's like you're like if you want to play 2 years in those
Yeah.
leagues, that's basically 20 grand. Like and you're not even doing school, you're just
Yeah.
kind of playing hockey.
To try and make the BCHL.
Yeah, you're basically like going all in
And
trying to
And
make.
the BCHL is harder to make than the AVJ and SJ.
Yeah.
So you're basically paying
Yeah.
So it's
good money to
if you want to play in the VI, unless you're like, I guess nastier, they're cutting you deals. It's like you might have to be paying like 10 grand just to get a shot, and a lot of kids can't
Yeah.
make that risk. They may be good, but it's hard. So I don't know.
No,
and you
of
take
course.
that risk.
No, for sure.
You play one game, you don't play bad, and then those cut you
Yeah.
an American. So it's tough. Make the BCHL or the VI. Boys are giving me PTSD.
It must be a shit show.
No, fair enough.
You guys must be happy. You guys
Right
must be
now.
happy settling down in Battleford there.
Pardon?
You guys must be happy settling down in Battleford there, like
Yeah,
kind of
it's a
finding a home a little bit,
Yeah,
especially in the way that it's been. All right.
It's very nice. Like it's a lot less. I guess you could say it's a lot less volatile in this league. Like
Yeah.
the
That's what I
trades,
mean.
like they even with the extra month that the BCHL has, like that, there's a lot that can happen in that extra month. You know, after
Oh, yeah.
January 10th here, you're you know this is your home for the rest of the season, and you just kind of dial in, focus up, and get ready
Yeah.
for that playoff push. Whereas in the BCHL, you're nervous until I was shitting bricks until February 10th, and then sure enough, my
Yeah.
worst happened. Right, like it was.
Yeah.
Just like you're so nervous playing out the whole first. Well, that's probably 60-70% of the season right there, and you're nervous playing the first 70, and then you're happy, you're comfortable for the last. I guess you don't want to be comfortable in hockey. You know, there's some old head somewhere that would get pissed off at me for saying that, but you're a bit less anxious all the time. That last 30% of the season, it's definitely nice being here because we all knew, I think, from the start of the season this was going to be our spot for the year, and we were really excited just to bear down and stick with somewhere for.
I
At least
think
I was.
I think creates kind of like an unmatchable amount of culture you can't get in any BCHL locker room.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. No, I agree with that perspective of the like less movement. I mean, even the VI, like the turnover from last year, when me and Joe were looking at the rosters at the start of the year, it was like 70% of the league is different. It's insane.
Yeah,
If not
like,
more.
Our whole CR team, basically, like 10 of us went to different leagues. Like all our top guys, like that team had 2 guys coming back, and we were in the final. It's like
It's like, what do you even do if you're a coach?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, we can't talk about Fulham. That I could say some stuff that I probably shouldn't say that too many people would hear, but
All good.
if you look at every year, there's a certain time when a lot of guys get traded, and you don't really understand why, because their record's a winning record. So
How many guys returned when you were on the team? Like,
I think
after?
there's only 3 guys or 4 guys who went back.
And what's
Yeah,
coming back,
that's
Cash?
insane. How do you build a culture with that?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's honestly our coach's biggest point he's trying to drive like through us is he wants to create the culture that it was when he played here when he won, because he's right on the wall right there. Like our coach won in 2016, 17, and he just said that culture was just something special, and we're just trying to build that back out in Battleford right now.
No, I love that. That's awesome, boys. Well,
That's great.
before we move, well, I guess no, moving on from all that, it was really great to get your perspectives on everything. From all your different stories. I just kind of wanted to ask, like, I mean, obviously we know you guys have all played in a few different leagues. Do you kind of have some just like all-time stories or favorite memories from each of the leagues you played in, besides the SJ? We'll talk a bit more about Battleford at the end of the episode, and like your whole season, but just like from your past, like any of the best junior hockey stories or moments that you guys have had in your careers before we move into Battleford.
Well, we were talking about this before, like, what are they going to say? Because there's some stuff that probably shouldn't be said.
Yeah, we have like a lot of stories. I feel like for the ones we can say, I mean, last year we had a pretty crazy story. Our first road trip of the year, we went up to Peninsula, and our bus broke down in Duncan. So like Cowichan, I think that is. And then we're sitting in Duncan for basically 2 hours on the sidewalk, like our whole team. We're just sitting there playing Suey, waiting. And then Cowichan, the Capitals, they give us their bus. And they're like, we might make it to the game, but they didn't cancel it. We show up to Peninsula 8 minutes before puck drop, like not even warm up, just puck drop. And they're like, we're still playing. So I get ready in 8 minutes in goalie gear. I mean, like that's like,
that's a record.
Itself, eh?
Yeah, it's insane. Like I think my chesty wasn't even properly on. I had nothing tied up properly. I was just going out there, and then we ended up losing in overtime. But I was like it was insane. Like showing up to a junior game, like 8 minutes before and playing. It was
that's ridiculous.
That must have been an adjustment, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a big warm-up guy, so I'm like, I gotta throw my ball against the wall a little bit, like get warm and loose and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, everyone knows goalies have their routines, so you guys are a different breed.
Yeah.
Well, even like the episode when we were supposed to do it on Friday, like we Serps had to get to bed.
That's what we're saying.
Right. We had a
9:30. I can't, boys. Gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Literally.
If it was all forwards, we'd be up chatting till 2 a.m. But no, Serps was goalies.
Yeah. Oh,
that's hilarious.
Mine's probably not it's funny, but I was actually 14 years old when I played my first VI game, I guess you'd say. It was preseason, and it was my U16 year, my first year midget. Like before that year started, you could play up to 5 games, I think, in the VIJHL as an underager. But it was my September 17th, and it was preseason, so I was actually 14 years old playing a VI preseason game, and it was like my 4th shift, I think, and like it was like the start of the second period or something like that. And the puck got dumped into our zone. I was just playing the left wing, and I saw, I know Jesse Hasselhoff, but it was his brother. I can't remember his first name at the moment, but he came in and just like absolutely killed one of our defensemen from behind. He got like stretchered off the ice, and the game got canceled.
Holy fuck.
And it was I was 14 years old, my first junior game. It was like I didn't even know if I wanted to play junior hockey.
I'm gonna quit hockey after that.
Welcome to the VI.
He got hit from behind in the back of the head. He just like went limp, and it was pretty obviously scary to see, but he's okay now. But yeah, it was insane. It took the ambulance like an hour to get to the rink, and I don't know
what.
Yeah, it was insane. The game was just like postponed, and then we didn't know if we were gonna play. And then the guy got carried off the ice, and it just got canceled. And it was a preseason game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Welcome to the VI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's when there were stages too, so no one even thought after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was like my first game. Like after I got released from Colm, I had about a week to try to figure out what I was gonna do, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to Kerry Park. go to Kerry Park. First game was in the Nanaimo. It was against the Buccaneers. And I'd only heard terrible things about the Buccaneers. Like, this is going to be, like, we're going to run their show. I didn't really look at their record before that. It ended up being a 3-2 win for us. So I kind of got a little reality check there. But in the first period of that game, I didn't really know what to expect at the VI. I was like, okay, like, what am I in for here? First period, now no one else besides Bryce Burnett drops the mitts with some guy who's like 6'3". Absolutely tunes him up. It was the funniest thing. I'm like,
I remember that fight.
Yeah. Bernie, I lived with that kid too. I got some stories on that, but he just dropped the mitts. I'm like, okay, I kind of know what I'm in for here. And then sure enough, we got to it's Cage Star on our team too. And Starzy, I know he's been on.
What a beauty. We interviewed him. We interviewed him right after you guys won against Victoria. That was when we sat down with him.
Yeah.
So Starzy, he was talking his shit in that episode.
Oh yeah. I remember Starzy calling all boys saying he can take on anyone. Yeah, but those are Starzy's out there telling me, he's like, yeah, like, I'll beat up anybody. He's like, if anyone touches you, I'm gonna go on that. And I was like, okay, all right, bud, sounds good.
Oh, what an animal! What a funny guy. Oh no, hey, those are pretty good stories, boys. Usually when we ask guys that, they kind of get
either blank or what something.
They blank and they just think of all the ones they can't tell, and then they don't have anything. So that was
probably testify quite a few. You can't tell us because we were both. I feel like we both kind of went through like we were first year junior 16 year in like the pitch or the VI.
Yeah,
it's kind of like something crazy to get thrown into. It was like now that I'm older, I'm a 19-year-old in the locker room. I couldn't imagine my 15-year-old self in locker room straight up like an academy, like with guys always playing my age. It was just like super. It was honestly just like hilarious to be the youngest player on a team like that.
Oh yeah. Like, you look back and you probably had it in Mission, you probably had it in the KI too. Like you guys had the fines and stuff. Like I remember going to my mom and being
my mom's wallet.
Yeah. Hey mom, can I have $50?
Yeah.
$50.
Every week it was actually go to my mom and ask for some money. For their tens probably.
Yeah. Well, Kono, you were 16 in Ridge. I think was that the year where you guys beat us in quad OT?
Yes. The old coach. Heartbreaker. Yes, I remember that. That game. Actually, you know what? That's a perfect thing to talk about. That game. I remember playing in it, and I was like, after the first overtime, I'm like, okay, like this is gonna be a rough night. Second overtime goes by, I'm like, oh my god, like let's just wrap this up here. I think we were both feeling like that. Probably both teams like let's just put this over. And then sure enough, we goes to 4 OT, and I remember I missed because I was still in high school at that time. I was in grade 11 at that point. And I was like, man, I'm sick. Like I was sick for like a week after that because I didn't sleep till like 4 a.m. after that long. Everybody probably logged like 30 plus minutes that night. It was just
minimum.
And then guys like Coach and they probably played 100 minutes. Like I don't know, exaggeration. Those guys were probably out there for a long ass time. But yeah, no, I remember I was sick for a week after that. Like I missed school for a week. Told my mom like I'm not going. I'm ill. It was brutal.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, man, being a 16-year-old, like, because I did the same thing in Mich. I was 16. I played Valley West. Actually, you mentioned Ethan Roworth earlier. I played against him in minor midget for a while. I remember him, but yeah, I played for Mission. Like, 16. Like the fines, it's just ridiculous. And I was super quiet, stayed out of the way, and like then you get dinged for not talking enough, and it's like holy fuck, like. It's a grind, so I can definitely relate to that.
That's the
how was your rookie party as a 16-year-old in the KI?
I mean, dude,
you were 18, right?
Me, I was 18.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, were you talking?
Oh yeah, who are you talking to? Were you talking to me or Joe?
I was talking to both of you, I guess, but as a 16-year-old, I feel like a rookie party would be pretty fun.
Oh,
yeah, for Owen.
Yeah, I mean, we had it in like a barn in Chilliwack, and that was that's a pretty pidge location to have a rookie party. But my vet, he forgot my costume. I was supposed to wear a diaper and nothing else, and he forgot it. And then I remember one of our other vets also dressed up his rookies in diapers because we only had like 6 vets that year. Our whole team was rookies. So he had an extra and he gave it to my vet and he was like, fucking put this on. And my vet ended up just having a good time and completely forgetting. And I somehow got away with, I didn't have to do shit at that rookie party. I got so lucky. Some other guys had a rough go.
Yeah, I had a rough one. I had a rough night. 10 o'clock, parents got called. I was home early.
No.
I ran away from mine.
Ran away from mine.
I just ran away. I got dropped my phone in the snow. Yeah, my mom had to come get me. It was.
That's unbelievable.
Man. Character building, boys.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Well,
boys, I think. Sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I just kind of want to move into Battleford here. Like, obviously, you guys have talked a ton about the culture. What a great season you've had, and I just kind of wanted to ask, like, any highs and lows throughout the year. Like, what's made this team so special, and how are you guys feeling about the rest of the season here, heading into Game 6, and then hopefully more after that.
Yeah, I think our team here, we just find ways to win. I think it's been like the story of the whole year. There was a few games here, like we had one against Nippo in the reg season where we were down like
I think it was like 5-1.
5-1 heading into the third.
Yeah.
And,
Or 4-1.
yeah, and then we tied it up late, and then we took a penalty. Like this was like probably the craziest game of the year. One of my craziest junior games ever. We took a penalty late, and then we're tied with 2 minutes left. They go on the power play. We're like, okay, we're probably just gonna have to kill this off. But we go down and we scored shorthanded with I think 10 seconds to win.
Sick.
And it's like,
Ew.
yeah,
That's 5 unanswered.
yeah, like, it was like 5 unanswered in the third. Like,
Shorty.
yeah. We've kind of been doing that the whole year, even in playoffs. We're just finding ways.
You were telling us about that crazy comeback and just any other big things throughout the year.
Well, I think like Serp said, like our kind of team, our rationale is just, like win in any way possible, and that's what we've tried to. We got, I think, what was our record, 35 something.
Yeah,
like we had a bit.
We got a lot of wins on the wall.
Yeah, like we have a wall. We have a little puck wall.
2, 3.
Yeah, we could probably show you boys. It's like every
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we were 35 and something.
Oh, I like it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
and then
Nice, boys.
And we got one more over there for the.
Nice. Love it.
every win we get, we put a puck up on the wall, and I think every time we always say good teams find a way to win, and that's kind of been what we've been living off of, right? Just find a way to win. Like even yesterday in Yorkton, like it was 2-2 going into the third period.
It's kind of in that. It's like it's an next guy up kind of mentality. Like we've had weeks where some guys have crazy amount of points and then they kind of die down. Then another guy comes up and scores 3 and gets 2 assists in Player of the Week. And then another guy gets Player of the Week. And it's just like everyone's just kind of pulling their own rope. And we always believe that someone in the group's going to get that job done and score that big goal.
Exactly.
So even like last night, like I think everyone just knew that we were going to score that third goal, and it was off a face-off play. So, I mean, like just the belief we have in the culture kind of Connor's built in this room. Like we've had scraps and practices even.
Yeah, like we have some stuff that happens. Like I almost won with one of the rookies this year.
The compete level is honestly unmatched. Like we do a lot of small area games in practice and like almost no flow drills, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
It's either we're doing a game or doing 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, or 5-on-5s. Like yeah. So we just built like a lot of kind of competitiveness in our group, and I also feel like the smaller games help a lot, even for the goalies and the players. It's a lot of like game scenario, slip plays and stuff. And if you watch our game, we're like we can play it off the rush type of style where we're just kind of feeding off 3-on-2s and we'll put a couple in the back of your net, or we can have a team in the zone and kind of play with possession. We don't really care. We don't care if we have the puck or we don't. We're gonna find a way to win.
Exactly, and that's kind of been our MO in the whole playoffs. Like if you do ever watch one of our games, you'll probably notice like this team's in their defensive zone a lot. But like if you watch kind of what the other teams make of that, they can't, because our D zone structure is very, and like we're just keeping guys to the outside. You know, not a lot of high percentage stuff, and we got
Keep pucks up out of the
yeah,
house.
we got Serp in the net. So if
One
even if
gets
they
in the
do-
house, Serps is stop it. So
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, that's
that's-
just kind of been it. You know, just
Serps,
work hard every day.
last question. How'd the tooth fall out?
So yeah, this is actually a crazy, like kind of
We
a
can
crazy
end it.
story.
We can end it after this story, but
Yeah.
I just
So
want to
this
know.
was like earlier on in the year. It was like I think a couple games in, we were playing against I believe it was Melfort, and a guy like crashed the net. I think another body came in, my mask got flipped up. Something came under my mask, like a skate or a stick, and chipped it in half. So it was like chipped in half already. And then I go to the dentist. I get it fixed up, and it was perfect. It was like they just filled it. And so like I'm back to just a normal smile. Like I'm like, okay, like I'm in the SJ, you know, it happens, I guess, you know. And like I was like, whatever. And then a week later, we're in practice
At the Dawn.
Yeah, at the Don Ross
During the rodeo.
During the rodeo, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're playing like this is at the end of the practice. We're doing like some extra shootouts for like the loser has to buy juice. So it's like Juice Boy. I don't know
Yeah,
if you guys
Juice
call
Boy.
that. Or,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm kind of one of our vets is coming in, a 20-year-old, and I go paddle down like with my head basically down because I'm like I'm gonna let him just go high blocker. That's pretty much what I was thinking. He rips it and it catches me in the mask, but it like in a bad spot, and it pushed my mask into my mouth and chipped it again. And yeah, and I sent my parents a picture. I'm like, well, like it happened again, and my parents are like, they're like, what the hell is going on? And then I go to the dentist, and it was also funny enough. I don't know if you know Darcy Kemper.
Yeah.
I know.
It was his brother was my dentist. Like so random.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So then he's like, oh yeah, it's so bad we're gonna have to pull it. And then they pull it, and then they gave me a fake tooth, but the fake tooth looks like so fake, and I'm like, I might as well not even wear it at this point. Like I'm at the
Yeah, I don't wear mine either. Mine's a bit
Yeah.
lost, but
Oh yeah.
I'm just right there.
But
Yeah.
I've got like a lot of comments about being a goalie without a tooth. It's kind of it's
nails,
weird,
buddy.
but yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's
Yeah,
sick.
you got the two gibless boys over here. I'm good. I got all my teeth still on.
Mine was a goal.
CJHL
Mine was
guy's
actually a
good. What a
goal's
surprise.
fault. So
A goalie's fault?
yeah, it was last year. It was the most insane thing. Like I had a 6-game suspension last year at the end of the year for hopping the bench. I had no idea. So I don't know, like it was tough because like I was getting like scratched a fair amount too, and then there were some injuries at the end of the year, and I would have been playing in those 6 games, but I got suspended for 6, and then played the last game of the year against actually Kindersley, the team I got suspended against, and then we were gearing up for round 1 of the playoffs, and it was like the Thursday practice, so we were playing Friday, and it was 11:28. Our practices ended at 11:30, and we were doing power play, and I was like on the kill, and we do like full ice. Last year we were doing full ice, like power play breakout, and like so the penalty kill was trying to obviously just get like a shorthanded goal, like we're playing as hard as we can. And it was like the very last rep of the last practice before playoffs, and we had a D-man actually in the corner on the O-zone when we were killing. And I was backdoor, like wanting a shorthanded goal. And he whipped one at the net, and the goalie like went to poke check it out of the way, and it just went straight up, right off his stick into my jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it was my whole like mouth was just exploded basically. And I didn't even go to the hospital. I went straight to the dentist because we played the next day. I'm like, yeah, you gotta pull this out. And they pulled it, and then yeah, basically I was out for like 2 weeks. I had a fractured jaw. I didn't even know.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brutal.
That
Yeah,
sucks.
I came back for game 6 with a cage on after like losing 10 pounds, and I was dash 2 and we lost 2-0. And then the season was over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Season was over.
Hey, well, good thing it's been a good year. Good thing it's been a good year this year.
Yeah.
Those are some good stories to end off on, boys. Just before we finish up here, I just want to make sure there's nothing else you guys really are like jumping at the bit to say before we finish up here.
No, I think that was awesome. That was
fun.
pretty
That was
good. Great.
fucking good, boys.
That was really
Real
fun,
good flow there.
boys. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
I think doing interviews with a few guys at once might be the move in the future. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of different like perspectives
Yeah.
Yeah.
stories,
Yeah,
but
for
we
sure.
thought it was perfect because like I don't know, me and I don't know if you would know about this podcast.
Like
you
no,
were from
I
Ontario.
I
You
did just because of like the VI. I remember you guys like posting a lot. That's why I followed along, and then
Me and Colin will like
I still
follow you guys on Instagram and stuff.
I still got a bone to
Yeah.
pick for you guys. Worst time the VI, that was ridiculous.
I was forgot to bring that up.
I have you
You
worst
can't
time.
It's the
blame
votes.
your teammates, dude. Blame your teammates.
I played five regular season games, 11 playoff or 10 playoff games.
Yeah.
Somehow you're ranked worst guy in the league. How does that
It was
work?
Cage.
know,
It
you
was
saw
Cage
it.
Star voting 6 times. That's what it was.
That's jokes. But we thought it was just perfect because we all played on different
Yeah.
B leagues. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely,
awesome.
man.
Podcast.
Well, yeah,
No,
you,
this
got, you, got,
is-
you got KIVI experience, you got VI PEG experience, you got
Yeah.
VI experience, you got all
Yeah.
that. Everything you guys cover. So
Covers every
and
league.
well and BCHL experience too. So like everything that you guys
Yeah.
you kind of talked about. So we thought it'd be pretty cool. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you.
No, thanks to Tom, boys. That was a great interview. We had an awesome time doing it. So yeah, good luck the rest of the way. I got a lot of faith in you guys based on what you've said about your culture. So good luck. We'll be following along and rooting for you guys.
Awesome.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.